What is going on, everyone? Badger here. Sure to like and sub, and let's get into this. Rings of Power. It's back. It's back. Yes. Originally, they said they were going to do 5 seasons, and I guess Amazon has the money to tank through that. We're on now the second season, and I'm already wishing for death. And yes, because now some people are doing rewatches of the first one, considering that only 37% of people even finished that first series, and most people watching this second series seem to be basically content creators or those who they're here for the car crash, basically. So we can see here actress Morfydd Clark claiming that Galadriel is cosmically connected to Sauron. And of course, this is all just leading to what we heard would be a romantic relationship for them in this season, or at least the beginnings of one. And so I guess she was speaking to Games Radar when Clark stated that she agrees with Charles Vickers' assertion that Galadriel and Sauron share a psychic connection. I'd agree with him. I think there is. They're both magical, powerful beings. And I think there is something lonely to existing in that kind of sphere that they are both in, she elaborated. But yeah, there is some sort of, by the way, Galadriel's married, by the way, so she shouldn't be lonely, but they ignored that, didn't show her husband. But yeah, there is some sort of cosmic connection, which I've heard Charlie mention a few times. She added, I was like, nice, I like that. Yeah, and it will go on for thousands and thousands of years. Vickers, who plays Sauron, of course, informed Games Radar at San Diego Comic-Con in July. I think they're connected, if not by proximity, then by their psyche. He explained they're higher beings, so I'm sure it runs deeper than being in the same place together. I think the fact that when she turns him down at the end of season 1, it pisses him off quite a bit. I'd be lying if I said there wasn't a part of him that thinks, I can get her. I can get to join me. He's trying to conquer. Clark expanded on the connection, telling the outlet, it's terrible to have misjudged someone as Galadriel did. You think? And she fell for Sauron, basically. They talk about the ultimate, I can fix him. So I think that also kind of binds her to him because she doesn't make mistakes like that, and he'll forever be the person who deceived her and tricked her. They added all that in. Obviously, none of that is in the books or in the appendices or any of that. That's all J.D. Payne. Clark expanded on the connection, telling the outlet it's terrible to have misjudged. Oh yeah, sorry. She says, I think that also kind of binds her to him because she doesn't make mistakes like that, and it'll always follow her. Excuse me. The Sam Hazelden, who plays Adar, because I guess they reshot that one, also commented that the relationship between Galadriel and Sauron, I think there's something really interesting about the fact that even though she knows that Halbrand is Sauron, there's a sense of loss there. She's sort of a hole where Halbrand once she sort of has a hole where Halbrand once was, even though she was deceived. It's really kind of twisted and dark and interesting. Bro, she's married. In the first season, here we go. If the first season was not abundantly clear, the story has nothing to do with Lord of the Rings as written by J.R.R. Tolkien. The entire show is just using the name. In, of course, Tolkien's Legendarium, Galadriel is not deceived by Sauron. She has no fucking romantic feelings toward him. And, of course, she is married to Celeborn. And the two have a daughter, so Celebrian. So, yeah, of course. And then all the information that they ignored would have been right here. Tolkien explaining in the Unfinished Tales the lost lore of Middle Earth, noting that, of course, his father had stated that Sauron endeavored to keep distinct his two sides, enemy and tempter. When he came among the Noldor, he adopted a specious fair form, a kind of simulated anticipation of the later Istari and a fair name. So basically, he hides his identity. The note goes on to say that the Galadriel was not deceived, saying that this Alundil was not in the train of Alul in Valinor. Jesus Christ, I'm going to get a language degree to understand this shit. But this is not decisive, since an Alul existed before the building of Arda. And it's a long way to say that they made all the shit up for the show and that she's married with a kid and she's not thirsty for Sauron and vice versa. Again, in the Silmarillion token, made it abundantly clear that Celeborn and Galadriel fell in love and got married, and later again confirming that they have a daughter. So, like me watching Acolyte or Ahsoka, people, why do you watch that if you don't consider it Star Wars? It's like the old guy at the end of Kingdom Come, the preacher. I'm just bearing witness to the end of days of this reality of, well, for Star Wars and now for this, the Rings of Power, Lord of the Rings in name only. Don't forget, we still got that Ride of the Rohirrim, which looks like it may be sharing a similar fate. I don't know. Let me know what you think of this. You going to be watching Rings of Power? Did you even finish season 1? Or are you just going to be watching content creators talk about it and roast it? Probably the safer one for your own internal health. Either way, let me know what you think. Make sure to like, share, and sub. If you have done that, thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you. Well,
bye.